Okay, Sec 2 Express, I'll be going through graded assignment 7. You're going to self-mark. Of course, I'm going to mark the actual copy, but I'm going to need you to self-mark to learn how to pick out your own mistakes in a question. So I need you to self-mark. I will mark the previous copy and give you a grade for it. Now, let's take a look at this question. A map is drawn to a scale of 4 cm is to 0.8 km. Express the scale of the map in the form 1 is to n. We all know 1 is to n means 1 cm is to n cm. Both have to be in cm. So 4 cm, let's start converting. 4 cm is to 0.8 km. If I divide by 4, is 1 cm is to 0.2 km. Now 1 cm, I'm going to change this to meters, is times 1,000. I get 200 meters. I'm going to convert this to km, convert this to cm, which is times 100. So therefore, the scale of the map, you must remove the units, is 1 is to 20,000. Okay, I like to put a comma because it tells me the 1,000, but you don't have to do that. So I know this is my cm to km, this is my cm to meters, and this is my cm to cm. This is always my strategy when doing maps and scales. Calculate the area of a reservoir on the map in cm square, which represents an actual area of 16 kilometers square. They said they want an actual area of 16 kilometers square. The actual is in kilometers, so I couldn't be using number 3. I must use number 1. So I must use number 1. 1 cm is to 0.2 km. However, we need to note that this is a length scale. This is not area, because the area is in cm square, so we need to change it to area. If you remember how to change it to area scale, it's actually the box, area of a square, area of a square. 1 cm, 1 cm, this box is 0.2 km, 0.2 km. To find the area of a square, 1 cm times 1 cm is 1 cm square. To find the area of a box is 0.2 times 0.2 is 0.04, 0.04 km square. Now we got our area scale. They said they want an actual area of 16 kilometers square. 16 kilometers square is on the right side, so 16 kilometers square. I need to find out 0.04. How do I get to 16 kilometers square? So I take 16 divided by 0.04 is times 400. So if it's times 400 on the right side, on the left side, I also need to times 400, and my answer is 400 cm square. So therefore, area on the reservoir on the map is 400 cm square. You must write this. You cannot leave your answer in the ratio form. Okay, you must write this. If you leave your answer in the ratio form, you won't be given any marks. Next question, question number 2. An Olympic-sized swimming pool has an area of 20 cm square on the map drawn to a scale of 1 is to 50,000. The moment I see this, I feel very uncomfortable. I must have my 1, 2, and 3 first. So I will have my 1 cm is to 50,000 cm. Then I change 1 cm to meters. Divide by 100, that will give me 500 meters. Change it to kilometers, 0.5 kilometers. I must have my cm to cm, cm to meter, cm to km. Then I feel secure. Then I can do this. An Olympic-sized swimming pool has an area of 20 cm square drawn on the map. This is an area, 20 cm square. I want you to find its actual area in km square. Actual area in km square. So do I use 1, 2, or 3? Because the actual needs to be in km. If you notice, of course, I need to use number 3. But number 3 is a length scale. Again, I need to change it to area. So it's an area of a square is to an area of a square. This is 1 cm by 1 cm. This is 0.5 km by 0.5 km. to get the area is 1 cm square is to 0.5 times 0.5 will give you 0.25 km square. Now, the 20 cm square is on the map. So since this is 20 cm square on the map, I need to multiply by 20 on the left side. On the right side, I also need to multiply by 20. So I take 0.25 multiplied by 20. That will give me 5 km square. So that is the actual area 5 km square. But I cannot leave my answer like that. So therefore, actual area is actually equals to 5 km square. Finish. Again, you must write this statement in order to get the marks. Part B. On another map with a different scale. Okay, fine. Now I'm given another map with a different scale. But always remember, no matter what map you are given, the swimming pool remains as 5 km square. The actual area of the swimming pool will never change. The swimming pool has an area of 5 cm square. Okay, that's fine. Let's work backwards then. So 5 km square is the actual area. On the map is 5 cm square. So let's work backwards. Let's get back our 1 cm square. You see, now I'm working backwards. I'm working this way up now. Okay, the next step will be to find 1 cm square. So to find 1 cm square, I need to divide by 5. Divide by 5. That will give me 1 km square. Then I draw back the box. Draw back the box. 1 cm square, 1 km square. How do I get the length of a side of a square like this? I square root it. Now I square root 1 cm square, I get 1 cm. I square root 1 km square, I get 1 km. So it's 1 cm is to 1 km. Now I work backwards back to cm. So 1 cm is to 1 km. It's actually 1 cm. Change to meters is 1000 meters. Change to cm times 100. Another 20 cm. But I want 1 is to n, so without the units, 1 is to 100,000. Final answer. Alright, that is the scale. They want it in ratio, leave it in ratio, you are done. Let's do question number 3. The actual floor area of a park is 25 km square and it is represented on the map as 100 cm square. On the map is the left side, 100 cm square. On the right side is our actual area, which is 25 km square. Alright, again, we do the same thing. Revert back to 1 cm square. So divide by 100. Divide by 100. 25 divided by 100 is 0.25 km square. And this is area. So area of a square is to area of a square. This is 1 cm square. This is 0.25 km square. How do I find the length? I square root. So I square root both sides. I get 1 cm is to, if I square root 0.25, I will get 0.5 km. Change back to meters. Times 1000 will give you 500 meters. Change back to cm will be 1 cm is to 500. Add 2 more zeros, that is to cm. I don't want the units, so it's 1 is to 50,000. That is my final answer. Okay, so you see, you must be flexible enough to work forwards and backwards. Let's do part B. Find the required length in square centimeters. This is the part where the question is wrong. Find the required length in centimeters of the entrance to be represented on the map, given that the actual entrance is 6 meters wide. See, this is what I mean by I have cm to km, cm to meters, and cm to cm. I can then choose which one to use. In this case, the actual entrance is 6 meters. Actual meters, so I use number 2. Always write down the scale first. 1 cm is to 500 meters. The actual is 6 meters. Now, how to get from 500 meters to 6 meters. Just take 6 divided by 500, 0.012. So I need to multiply by 0.012. On the left, I also need to multiply by 0.012. That will give me 0.012 cm. Therefore, map length is 0.012 cm. Finish. See how easy it is if I have all three, cm to km, cm to meter, cm to cm. You wouldn't know which part requires which unit to be used. So I rather have all three first. Let's do question number 4, which is our last question. A model is made to represent a skyscraper if the scale of the model is 1 cm is to 15 meters. Okay, so find the actual height in meters of the skyscraper if the model height is 175 mm. Let's do the same thing again. The scale is 1 cm is to 15 meters. 1 cm is to 15 meters. I want to change it to 1 cm is to cm. So times 100. This is 1500 cm. I want it in km. Divide the meters to km. If I divide 15 divided by 1000, 0.015 km. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3. The map and the actual. Okay, they say find the actual height in meters if the skyscraper if the model height is 175 mm. Now they said the map is 175 mm. How do you change 175 mm into cm? You divide by 10. So you have 17.5 cm on the map, and they want in meters, so I'm going to use number 1, which is 1 cm is to 15 meters. On the map is 17.5, so I times 17.5. On the left, I also need to times 17.5. So 17.5 times 15 is 262.5 meters. That is my final answer. However, I need to write actual height is 262.5 meters. And I'm done. The model's floor area in square centimeters if the actual area is 28125 meters square. Okay, that's easy. I'll use number 1 again, cm to meters, because the actual is in meters. So I want to use meters. So it's 1 cm is to 15 meters. I want area. Again, area of a square is to area of a square. 1 cm times 1 cm is 1 cm square. 15 meters times 15 meters is 225 meters square. Alright, so how do I change that? So my area is 1 cm square is to 225 meters square. Actual area is 28125 meters square. How do I get there? I take 28125 divided by 225 is I need to multiply by 125. So the other side I also need to multiply by 125. So it's 125 cm square. My answer is this. Of course, therefore, you need to write model floor area is 125 cm square. Finish. Okay, that's all I have for you today. Now, this is my last lesson with you before the May holidays. However, according to our schedule, we need to complete at least the next topic. So I'll be taking up some more of your May holidays time to do more of such videos, and I need you to cooperate with me and to complete the next chapter notes and learning as well. Okay, thank you 2E.